Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Sushma, your virtual sergeant at arms today. Welcome to Bahrain Distinguished Toastmasters 13th meeting with the theme Tech Time. Today we will know more about tips, tools, and tricks of the trade. Let us remind ourselves of the Toastmasters international core values, which are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. To succeed in life, we all must have mission. Just like those individual missions, our club has collective mission. The mission of our club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. How many of us have mobile phones here? I request everyone to keep it in silent mode or switch it off, because we don't need the speakers to be disturbed. Now, please sit back, relax, enjoy, and have fun at our virtual meeting. Now, to take over the meeting and conduct the rest of the meeting session, let's welcome champion speaker, soft-spoken, ever ready to help, our President, Distinguished Toastmaster Hisham Jeffrey.
Thank you very much, Madam Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sushma. Big hand for our Sergeant at Arms. Ladies and gentlemen, meeting number 13 is hereby called to order. Welcome to BDT. It's really nice to meet all of you. And for some reason, it feels like I have not seen you in a really long time. I don't know whether October is a long month, but it's really nice to see all of you. Welcome to BDT meeting number 13. The number may be considered unlucky, but at BDT, we always make our own luck. Mr. TMOD, any amendments to the agenda, or can we adopt the agenda as it is?
There is no amendment in the agenda and we can adopt it.
Thank you so much, Mr. TMOD. The agenda is adopted with no changes. I don't believe we have any guests, so we can forego the guest introduction. Let me ask the officers present today. My dear officers, any reports from your end? Anything to report from the officers? Hearing none, let us go on to any other business. Dear leaders, any other business, any other information from area, division, or district? Hearing none, let us move on to our next item, which is the presidential address. Today is the 9th of October 2021. On the 9th of October 1936, in the United States of America, the Hoover Dam began creating hydroelectric power. This hydroelectric power plant sent over transmission lines over 266 miles of mountains and deserts, lighting up lights, radios, and stoves in Los Angeles. And this gave power, energy, purpose to so many instruments across the United States. We are gathered here under the banner of Tech Time, tools, tips, and tricks of technology as we stand on the border of a life-changing, time-changing time in our lives. It seems like we have crossed the bridge and we will now move on to the physical environment that we have all been craving for. But we must remember the lessons of positivity that the pandemic's negativity have taught us. We are gathered here today in this safe environment with this beautiful virtual background under this specific theme because of the adversity of the pandemic. The knowledge that we have gained, the expertise that we have gained, the connections that we have made, and the tools, tips, tricks, and information that we have gathered will truly help us to take our personal ability to drive a Toastmasters movement to heights that we could never have dreamed of before. Our founding father, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, says, while most of us have entered Toastmasters to learn to make speeches, that benefit is but the beginning of the good which may come to us and the good which we may do for mankind. For me personally, I came to speak, but I stay because of the people. Fellow Toastmasters. It's time now to recognize one of our guests, DTA Mahmoud Shukri. Thank you for gracing us. It is such a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. I cannot miss a meeting by the fantastic club of Bahrain Distinguished Toastmasters. And I look forward to enjoying today's meeting and probably learning a few tips and techniques from today's meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and very, very welcome. DTA Muhammad Shukri gave us a landmark presentation on evaluation, and that is something that I will always treasure. I remember meeting our Toastmaster of the day for the first time, and he had this statuesque presence, and an aura was emanating from him, and he had this distinction, this charisma, and this ability to inspire confidence, and he was projecting efficiency even before saying a single word. And when he gave his icebreaker, he brought 35 years of experience into 6 minutes of words. And from that day, I have sat entranced and enthralled, listening to his stories, his sharing of experiences, and the lessons that he has learned from his bosses, from his parents, and from those who have uplifted him to where he is today, a tech titan, a leading light in the world of financial technology and technological innovation. To take over and drive this meeting to its intended conclusion, it's my very great pleasure to welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balushi. The virtual screen is yours, my friend.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, good evening. And it's my pleasure to be here tonight. This is my first role in Bahrain Distinguished Toastmaster Club, and I would love to thank everyone over here to give me this opportunity to be here tonight with you in this important role. As we will start, powerful, impactful leaders know there is not a monopoly of or on intelligence. Said by Carla Harris, she's a vice chairman at Morgan Stanley. We always need to think about mindset. If we go back in the history, we have people like Razi, Khwarizmi, Ibn Sina, Edison, Einstein, Graham Bell, Fleming. And now we have people, brilliant people like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, who passed away, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and others who added lots of value to this life and changed the way that we live. Life is always changeable based on events and requires us to adapt on the situation that we are living in. The group is performing the noblest, and I'm talking about the group, the Toastmaster as a whole. Everyone is performing the noblest work. For me, it's on the earth. Why? Because they are trying their best to provide a good experience to others, to show them the road for success. Toastmasters help leaders find the answers and solutions they need by working together. A good coach can lead to great results, but only if both parties mesh well. If you are willing to be open, honest, and hardworking, then we will be able to accomplish a lot. Now, if someone asks how we should do this, think about reassessing where you stand. Start with introspection. Think about working together, the teamwork, trust, something very important. It's a two-way road or a two-way street that you are traveling. Establishing goals to build trust and accountability. As I said, trust, self-awareness, accountability, they are the route to achieving goals. However, without commitment and discipline, we will be just wasting our times or our time. Remember, money is worthless comparing to knowledge and science that are priceless. Now, by this, let us start our session and let us start rocking. I would like to introduce our language evaluator, not anyone but our lovely Toastmaster Sushma Anil Kumar. She's Toastmaster since 2008, member of 3 Toastmasters Club, professionally hairstylist and henna artist, Reiki healer and access bars facilitator, tarot card reader. She is certified from IOM, International Organization for Migration, for combating human trafficking. Toastmaster Sushma is certified as Women's Crisis Advocate from WCCI, Women Crisis Care International, for concealing women in distress. Please let us all welcome Toastmaster Sushma.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, all the members present here. My role as a language evaluator is to pay attention to the good use of English and provide constructive feedback for improvements. At the end of the meeting, when called by the general evaluator, I'll present my report. Before that, I would like to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is to help fellow members to enrich your vocabulary in preparing your speech. So today's word of the day is splendiferous. Adjective is splendirously. Noun is splendirousness. Example for this is, today I hope to have a splendiferous meeting. You are all encouraged to use word of the day as frequently as you can, and I will count how often it was used by each speaker, and I will provide my report at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Splendor. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sushma. Now, let's go for the second role player. It's no one but our lovely DTM, Bahrain Salman. Our timer for today. DTM, I'm a big fan of DTM Bahrain, actually. He's the person who motivates others, and he likes always to push people to the positive area, and he has lots of positive attitudes. He is with an adaptable, problem-solving and enthusiastic personality. His passion to learn various experiences in corporate, higher education, and volunteer sectors. With a background in IT, communication, and leadership skills, he successfully established the capability to bring visions to life, achieve goals, uphold professional standards, and have a solution-oriented mindset. I love the word mindset. He is able to perform in challenging career with achieving new heights of excellence and job efficiency. Please, let's welcome DTM Bahrain Salman.
Thank you, MC. Ladies and gentlemen, am I audible? Can I be heard okay? Brilliant. Thank you, MC, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so glad that somebody used the LinkedIn introduction that I have put up as well. I'm like, wait, this is not the introduction that I gave him, but it's even better. Now, time and tide wait for no one. We all know that. But today we're talking about technology in specific. And in technology, time is always of the essence. which is why you see all these big tech corporates trying to compete not with each other, but also with time. In Toastmasters, of course, we're all advanced. We know that time is of the essence, and we want to evaluate ourselves based on the timings that we have as well, so that we can be within the time limit, because nobody likes somebody who is blabbering on throughout. And I'm going to stop blabbering right there and explain the time. So today we're having 3 different sessions. We're going to have the evaluation session, the table topic session, as well as the speeches. For the table topics, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. That is 1, 1.5, and 2 minutes. For the timing of the speakers, which is 5 to 7. Wait, if I'm not wrong, Toastmaster Naga has a different time. Am I correct? Toastmaster Naga, so yours is 8 to 10, right? I just wanted to confirm that. Okay, so for the speaker,
10 to 12 minutes.
10 to 12. Brilliant. So it's 5 to 7 and 10 to 12. At the start of their timing, it will be this. So that is at 5 minutes and at 10 minutes. At 6 minutes and 11 minutes, we'll have the yellow. And at the end of their timing, we'll have the red light coming up. For the evaluators, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes, 2, 2.5, and 3. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds, after which I will probably just spotlight myself so that you can see the timing. I hope and wish you all the very best, and I hope that we can stay within the time limit. Back to you, MC.
Thank you very much. Nitya Faram, thank you very much. I believe that we will go directly to the speakers because the evaluators will be at the later stage, correct? True? Because you are doing 3 evaluators for each speaker, yeah? Okay, so we'll go with that. Now, I would like to welcome our first speaker. Again, our first speaker, I'm a big fan of him as well. I like him. He's a young, talented Toastmaster. He's a DTM, and he always encourages others in Toastmaster and live and everything. Very polite. I like the way that he deals with others. DTM Jahangir Khan, our first speaker. He's a Toastmaster for over 17 years. Started his Toastmaster journey as a Cavalier at Shaheen Gavel Club in 2004, 13 years old, mashallah. Working with General Directorate of Civil Defense as evacuation drill lecturer. University of Bahrain graduate 2015, so we should give him the Bahraini nationality. Loves to do adventure sports, skydiving, paragliding, parasailing, bungee jumping. I don't know these games, but I mean, when I read them, I would love to try them actually. DTM Jahangir Khan will perform his level 3, project number 3, with a speech title, Late Night Talk Show. Please let us welcome DTM Jahangir Khan.
Master of the ceremonies, may we have the content evaluator read out the objectives, please?
I'm sorry for that, but because I didn't know the way, this is the first time I'm doing this way. So the first evaluator will be doing reading the evaluation. The objective, DTM Roshan Lewis, sorry for that. I apologize for that. DTM Roshan Lewis, please read the objective of the speech for DTM Jahangir Khan. I'm sorry for that, I apologize.
Modi, I think there is little confusion. Just now I got the message by President. The resources read by content evaluator. Am I right, President?
Good evening, DTM Roshan. The content evaluator for each speaker will read out the objectives for that speaker.
Yeah. So kindly invite content evaluator, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Thank you very much. No problem.
Okay. So I would like to invite DTM Ratinder Nath to read the evaluation content, please. Thank you very much. Your mic, DTM Ratinder, your mic, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. The purpose statement of the speaker, Toastmaster Jahangir, is the purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to present himself well in an interview. The member is completing this project, has spent time organizing his or her skills and identifying how these skills can be applied to complete the role play interview which he is going to present to us today. That's what the purpose of his speech is, Mr. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, DTM Ratinder. Thank you very much. And now, I already introduced the speaker. I would like to invite DTM Jahangir to perform his speech. Please let us welcome him.
Toastmaster Sushma, you may take the lead.
Sure, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to everyone's favorite, Live with Sushma Anil. Recently, it has been observed that district trainings in our District 20 are being conducted and presented by new faces, and they have done a superb job. I'm Sushma Anil, and you're watching Live with Sushma Anil. Tonight, we'll be talking about why empowering new leaders is important. To better understand and discuss over this, we have this year's Training Coordinator for Program Quality Director 2021-2022, Distinguished Toastmaster DTM Jahangir Khan, who has been part of Toastmasters fraternity for over 17 plus years and have led many successful events in the past for District 20. Quite recent is as a Vice Chairman of District Toastmasters Annual Conference 2021. It is often said that the events he leads, he brings in new faces into the limelight. Welcome, DTM Jahangir, to the show. Our audience is a great fan of yours and would love to listen to you. Can you please tell us, training coordinator, as a training coordinator in the last 3 months, what has been your observation? Do you think empowering new faces in District 20 is needed?
Thank you, Sushma, for having me on the show tonight. Good evening to everyone listening around the world. It's my pleasure to be here on the late night show, Sushma Anil. Yes, Sushma, I do believe that this is something which we have been taught, which we have seen from the beginning itself. That is the Toastmasters International mission itself. We empower individuals in becoming better leaders and communicators. And this is something which, when I was given an opportunity to be the training coordinator, this is something which I discussed with our PKD, that this is something which I need to work on. I have to make sure that the new individuals are given an opportunity, the new leaders of Toastmasters International, the members of District 20 are empowered so they can come forward and do the things which they are capable of. And in my personal opinion, I might be a bit wrong here and there, but I do believe that we have so much potential in our District 20. There are so many good leaders who are good trainers, but they don't come forward, or in one way, they're not given that opportunity or that push. So that's why I took this challenge and I'm working on it.
So, do you mean that we have many members who are having potential and are capable to lead and present from the early years of their Toastmasters journey?
Sushma, when you think of this point, I just want everyone, we have been we recently received the stats of Toastmasters International of the qualification of the number of members of district, not just District 20, in Toastmasters International in general. We do see that there is a huge number, big number, which we are having postgraduate, undergraduates. There are people who are the doctors, who are the engineers. So they have the expertise in their field themselves. So I personally believe that whoever joins in Toastmasters, they have that potential. But the reason why they're joining in is they just want to practice in a safe environment. So this is something which I've seen and which I do firmly believe that in our district, there are so many leaders who are capable of doing trainings at any level. They just need a little bit of guidance, which we have great leaders in District 20, in Toastmasters International itself, who can be their mentors and who can guide them and give them the push in the beginning itself. So yes, we do have.
Wow, that's so nice to know. Can you tell us how have the presenters so far reacted when you approach them to do the sessions?
Well, reaction, or whenever I approach any one individual, this is a general response which I do receive. Dr. Jahangir, do you think I will be able to pull it off? Do you think I'll be able to do it? Do you think I'm the right candidate? And I say, yes, you are. As Dhananjaya said, I see something in you. I tell them, I see something in you. Go for it. And trust me, 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 presenters have come back to me and they thanked me. And now they are willing to take more leadership, more presentation, more trainings in Toastmasters in their lives as well, because of the opportunity which they believe I just give it to them just like that, but they deserve to be there at that day.
So that means Toastmasters is progressing more and more. Okay, what if I or any other member wants to take the leadership opportunity or be a presenter for any session they hold the expertise? Whom shall they contact?
At the moment, Sushma, I would say that likely that we don't have the mechanism as such in which you can fill in a form or send any such request. But at the same time, just like one of the Toastmasters Club, Bahrain Distinguished Toastmasters Club, they sent an email to the program quality director that we would love to participate as trainers. We would be happy to provide trainers and presenters for any workshops which we have from District 20. So I would encourage all the leaders, all the club members to reach out to their club presidents, their VP educations, or they can write to the district leaders themselves that we would like to be there as presenters. And definitely we as a team will look into that and reach out to them and give them an opportunity which they already deserve.
Now, only in 60 seconds, a message for District 20 members.
In 60 seconds, this is interesting. Leaders of District 20, you are capable of a lot more than what you really think. You just have to take the first step. You just have to come forward and take the role. Trust me, you will be surprised by yourself and what you are capable of. Just take the step. You are there for a reason. Thank you, Sushma.
Thank you, DTM Jahangir Khan, for coming to our show tonight. You are doing a great work and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you, Sushma. Goodbye.
Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much. Splendid. I can't say, but splendid. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sushma. Thank you very much, DTM Johnny, for this wonderful interview. I thought I was living in it, actually. Thank you very much. Now, we're supposed to go to the evaluation or at the end? I'm sorry for that.
Evaluation in the end.
At the end, yes?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for that. I apologize. Again.
The objectives have to be read out by the objective evaluator.
The objectives need to be read by the objective evaluator?
Yes, please.
but the content he did it at the first instance, the content evaluator.
We were just experimenting. Now we're going
That
to
was
revert back to what we wanted to go to first.
That's
So it
because
will-
I had hot water instead of coffee.
Yeah,
But
this
it
is
will
how
be
we
the
did
same. It will be the same DTM, but in it will be the same.
it.
I mean, I believe I'll get
I
it.
seem, I seem to be getting to be
If
the
it's, I
worst.
don't know, it's okay. We can stick to content since DTM Ratindra has already read out
No
one.
problem, no problem.
VP
We'll do the
education here
objective first.
interjecting. Yeah, that's
We
fine.
will do the objective first. I'm ready for that.
Okay, then.
Mr. Master Service.
Yes, again, DTM Ratinder, then you are the objective evaluator now for this second speaker. Then I would like please to invite you to read the objective of his speech. Thank you very much.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters. Today's speaker, DTM Nagendra, is going to be reflecting on a path which he has completed. He has taken a lot of efforts to complete this path and has gone through various experiences in the completion of this path. So he's prepared us a 10 to 12 minute speech, and he is going to take it through us and inform us of all the challenges which he has met, of all the lessons he has learned, and his conclusions and advice to the others who are going to be following him, the others who are going to be completing their process of completion of the pathways. So let's hear him and keep our minds open and take lessons from his 10 to 12 minute speech, which he is going to present to us now. Mr. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DTM Ratinder. Great. 2 times reading the objectives. I envy you for that. Thank you very much. Now we will go for our second speaker. Also, he's a dear person for me. He's a person that I saw the first time when I joined Toastmaster, and he is one of my great mentors that he taught me lots of things. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Nagendra Sitaram. He's a passionate Toastmaster and enjoying being one of them. Working as a network infrastructure head at Garmco, he will be performing his level 5 Reflect on Your Path project of Innovative Planning Pathway. And the title of his speech is Path of Pride. Please let us welcome Toastmaster Nagendra for his speech.
Before I start, the usual question, am I visible? Am I audible? Thank you. One September evening in mid-1970s, as part of a festival, there was an annual talent showcase evening just outside our house on the road. There was this huge tent installed and it was filled with audience, and many were showcasing their talents, singing, dancing, and even mimicry. I was to showcase my singing talent. Support to go there, it was my chance. I could hear over the loudspeaker, the next item is the song from young Nagendra. And my name being called many times. But young Naga was hiding under the cot in the bedroom and they don't want to get out. I was so shy to even face the audience. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Fast forward to 90s, when young Naga took over his first job as a customer support engineer for a computer company. I was supposed to learn computers from an expert at that time. That's when I met Ram. Ram was a short, and slim person with peppered hair, mustache, and beard. She said, customer support is 70% communication and only 30% technical. Can you imagine what my plight would have been? That was the first chance for me to improve my communication. I was very confident and started learning, and I could converse with the individual set of people or individuals. And I was very happy. In 2005, my mentor told me to join Toastmasters to improve my public speaking skills. I told him, I am very confident, so Toastmasters is not for me. When I had to give a presentation to a fairly large audience, that is when I realized that I was not at all confident. It was time to improve my public speaking skills. In 2005, I had the opportunity to become a charter member of a club, and from there, I had no looking back. I am enjoying this Toastmasters journey. Started my projects with the competent communicator and advanced communicator, which most of the distinguished Toastmasters know, who were in the previous educational program of Toastmasters. I had the opportunity to become the Pathways Guide. Becoming a Pathways Guide, there was another advantage. I was having access to the base camp much before other members. You remember that questionnaire to select the path? I did it, and I was recommended innovative planning with no second thoughts. I just jumped into it. The level 1 was fundamentals, and that is icebreaker. When I started to do my icebreaker, it was an entirely different from the way I did my icebreaker during my competent communicator to the icebreaker of this time. There was a marked difference. I could feel that metamorphosis from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Toastmasters would ask me this question: why we have to give the icebreaker in every path? But I realized that you doing an icebreaker every time there is a difference. It is always an entirely different experience when you start giving your icebreaker. It's not that you may be a confident speaker, but still that butterflies in your tummy will come, and it's an icebreaker. The first level was about to be complete when I had to do a research and presentation project. Researching and presentation, everybody have one in their head that they want to give all those communication, that charts, that whatever they were did the research they wanted to present. But I did it entirely differently. I was giving all the information on the research that I did on electronic waste, and I had no presentations. But at the end of the presentation of the speech, I had to give only 2 slides. I just let people know, do you want to leave the world to your future generation like this or like this? And when I did that, one of the members came and said, Naga, I never realized that we could do a research and presentation project like this. It was an amazing experience. Level 2 was to increase my knowledge. And the first project for me was understanding the leadership skill. Have you ever thought that attending a leadership course outside, what is the material they give? Yes, it was the same material that I saw that project, and I was surprised that Toastmasters were giving us such a material at a fraction of the cost, where if you go outside and do the same leadership program, it would cost you a lot. This is one of the few examples that I would give whenever I was talking to people why they have to join Toastmasters. Level 2 was complete when we learned about mentoring. I could realize how mentoring is helping people, because when I became a mentor and I had mentees, I realized how difficult it is, if at all you are not aware of things. And that is where a mentor is very important. It's always nice to have physical meetings and talking to people. But with the change of events, it became difficult and the whole virtual environment started. Projects from the level 3 were about moderating a panel discussion, managing online presentations, and many projects which was tailor-made for an online environment. It made every member understand what it was and added value for them when we all started to do this virtual meetings. This is when I had my technical expertise, which gave me additional advantage, and I became one of the moderators for many contests, and I was a sort of for a moderation. And I never regret. I have learned a lot after coming into online environment. You may all think that, oh, what, it is moderation. Yes, but each and every time I do a moderation, I learn something new. It's an amazing learning experience. Level 4 is to increase our knowledge, and that is where I realized it was an amazing session when I did my projects outside the company. Innovative planning was my path, and I realized what was innovative in that and what did I plan innovatively. When I had our 100 club's 150th meeting, when I planned for it, the whole way that it was done was entirely different. I planned it innovatively and it was appreciated by most of the members. Level 5 is demonstrating expertise, right? This is what I did when I was doing my project outside Toastmasters. I did this project at work, and this was an amazing, seamless project. And whatever I had learned in Toastmasters, I incorporated in that. And it really helped me to gain success with that project. It was done seamlessly. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, just completing this path has given me immense knowledge, and I can feel the confidence and feel the better version of myself. I did not realize this, that doing this innovative planning path would be so enriching for my leadership journey. Of course, looking forward to completing my other paths too. If you are looking for a heavy leadership project path, this is one of the best paths. And I can vouch that you will not regret doing this path. Have you started this path, or would you be intending to, Master of Ceremonies?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nagendra. You have done a splendidly speech, and I loved all the information that you provided. Actually, every Toastmaster needs to know this information. Thank you very much. And with this, we will close the education session. I will move to a TikTok. It's a new session that will be conducted by a Toastmaster, another Toastmaster, who is an IT expert. He's a CEO of FinTech IT Services and Consultation, and he is Industry 4.0 specialist as well. He's a good person. So let us invite someone who will make you enjoy that you want to listen to IT aspects. Yeah? Let us welcome Toastmaster Ahmed Saleh Al-Balushi. Hey guys, I'm back. Toastmaster Ahmed Balushi with you as a moderator of an IT TikTok session. Yeah? I would love to make it a hard talk. Yeah, but I don't think maybe my colleagues, they will think that I'm a bad guy. So I'll take it the easy way, and I will just take it. I will be a noble and a gentleman. I'll ask politely the questions. But before that, let me introduce two of the most important, they are what they call splendid speakers and moderators and even contributors. They do lots of great jobs in the field of IT. Number one, I would like to introduce Mr. Mohammed Bouallai. Can you please just open your cam? Mohammed Bouallai.
Hello everybody, how are you?
Good.
So this is Mohammed Bouallai. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for cam.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Mr. Mohammed Bouallai, before I introduce him, he is a Google certified resource. It's not easy to get this certification. He's an engineer who empowers others with AI, big data, cloud computing, quantum computing, one of the big areas in Industry 4.0. When I say Industry 4.0, it's the fourth industrial revolutions technologies, such as AI, big data, machine learning, and so on. He's a machine learning engineer. Muhammad's mission is to empower individuals and companies with AI by delivering knowledge to the community and collaborating with several companies in order to develop AI and machine learning projects in the region. Let us please welcome Mr. Mohammed Bouallai. Our
Hello
second,
everybody.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you.
Okay, the second speaker that he will be with us in our panel discussion is Mr. Mahmoud Al-Adraj, another fellow Toastmaster. Also, he is a Toastmaster in BITP, Bahrain IT Professional Toastmaster Club. Mahmoud, he's an expert. He's having 26 years of experience in technology field. Currently, he is the CEO of Virtue Thinko since April 2021. He just retired from his leadership, from his post in the company, insurance company, and he opened this new company of Virtue Thinko, a leading transformative technology solutions and services company aiming to deliver IT-enabled business processes. Prior to that, head of IT in Bahrain National Holding for 11 years. And prior to that, he worked for 3 years as regional head of infrastructure and telecom in BNP Paribas Gulf. 6 years as infrastructure and telecom team leader in American Express Middle East. and worked at NCR Corporation for 5 years as network and systems engineer. Let us welcome Mr. Mahmoud Al-Adad, please. I would like to ask the IT guy to pin us, to spotlight us, myself, Mahmoud, and Muhammad, if you don't mind.
That's done.
Yeah, 3. And we are on time. We are doing a great job. Let me see how much time I have over here. Okay, 30 minutes. So I have to finish by 8:50. Can we spotlight the other 2 speakers as well, please? Because I cannot
All
see
of
them.
they've been pinned. Yeah, you just need to change your view to speaker view.
Myself? Yes, on speaker view.
Are you able to see them? Can everybody see them spotlighted? At least pinned, all 3 of them?
No.
They're not pinned yet.
Okay, because I don't have the permission
We
to
need to spotlight 3 of us, yes. Okay, by that, we will be talking about future technologies. Now, when I say future technologies, we are not talking about automations, database, servers. No, we're talking about things that are coming in the future, things that maybe some of them you saw them, some of them still you didn't, some of them maybe you will be wondering why are these things are here, why these companies are doing great jobs, like such as a few days ago, Facebook, they collapsed. Why? Doesn't matter, but because of this crashing, see how much they lost, 4 billion, and their stock went down by maybe 7 to 8 billion. So this is how these companies are working. 5 of the biggest IT providers, companies, softwares, hardwares, they worth 5 trillion. 5 trillion, imagine that, yeah? They are the 30% GDP of USA, China, 4 times so many European countries like Germany, France, UK. So imagine how technology is changing the life of everyone. I will not go more on that. I will start our session. And the first one, I'll go with Mr. Muhammad Bouallai. I will start with the big data. Mr. Muhammad Bouallai, I would like first to ask you, what is big data and why it is so important at this time? Mike is yours.
Yes, thank you, Ahmed. I really love your vibes and what you are doing here for Toastmaster. And okay, when we start for big data, I will ask everybody here, what is do you deal with big data every day? Do you think you deal with big data every day? Yes, as an IT expert, yes, Ahmed, as an IT expert, I'm sure that you agree. But many people that things that don't know that big data, they don't deal with big data, and big data is something from the future. I'm telling you, no, big data is with you every day, from you're using your mobile, from you're driving your car, from your whatever you are doing. If it's have or remotely have internet, there is big data involved. So everywhere in the internet, whatever it is, even if you are walking, if you are walking, there is a several camera, the CCTV. The CCTV, all these images have to mine somewhere and process somewhere, and then you will deal with big data. Even now, when you go to the supermarket and there is the face recognition that's read your temperature, it's kind of big data where it's collect all these information before you, and then it can read your current temperature to make it very easy for you now So you don't need to put a human just to read this temperature. So big data in a nutshell, it is a huge amount of data, and then the computer or the whatever it is, computer, server, whatever it is, it's learn from these big data, extract insight, and then you can use it daily in whatever place you want, like exactly like the temperature machine in front of the supermarket or whatever, whenever you go.
Why is it important? Why it is so important for us? Why is it important for business, for people? Why?
Why? Okay, Ahmed. Let me tell you a story, a small story. There is 2 supermarkets. Huh? 2 minutes? Okay, no problem. Shorter, inshallah. There is 2 supermarkets exactly near each other, and then a supermarket wanted to use big data, and the other supermarket does not want to use big data. He's doing things traditionally. What do you think? Who gonna win? Who gonna bring more customer? What do you think?
Big data, because they have information, the client information, all these things. Yes, they do.
Thank you. But why and how? Here is the tough question. How? If it's a simple supermarket. There is a story of a supermarket, this supermarket, where they put a small device that can track the frequencies from each device that's go in front of the supermarket. Every device have many frequencies like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and all these stuff. If you let it on, it's gonna be all around you, all around the place. And the supermarket, counted how many people stop in the front, in the front of the sign, the bigger sign in the front of the supermarket. And each time he will change the time, the sign, and see how many people will stop there. And that's how you can calculate your market efficiency. And then you can target the best marketing sign in the front of your store.
So it will help you, what you are telling me, Muhammad, that it will help you for better vision and to predict what the customer they want before even they think about it. So this is, yes. And this is what Google, Amazon, Facebook, that they are doing. They are giving you pre-decisions. They are giving you really ready packages.
Ready packages.
Yeah,
right.
They are giving you
for you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Muhammad. Mahmoud. Yeah, Mahmoud, your turn. The same question, but another technology. Again, Industry 4.0 has lots of technology. We're focusing on the most important. Cyber security. One of the most, this is the base. You cannot work on Industry 4.0 without cyber security. Your big data, whatever, it will be exposed without, I'm talking about cyber security, not information or data security. That's something totally different. Mahmoud, what is cyber security? Why it is so important?
Thank you, Ahmed, for giving me the chance to speak in front of all of the experienced Toastmasters here. Now, the cybersecurity basically is, if we have to define it, it's the practice of securing the networks, systems, and any other digital infrastructure from malicious attacks. So on the other part, we've got the cyber crimes, which damages or the damages that are projected to exceed $6 trillion by the end of this year. So it's no wonder that all banks, technology companies, hospitals, government agencies, and any other sector are investing in cybersecurity infrastructure to protect their business practices, systems, and they spend a lot of money to protect the millions of customers that they trust their data. Now, your other part is why it is important. It is important, of course, because it protects
all the data, all different type of data, let's say, from theft or damage. As you are aware, the hackers and the cyber crimes seeks either to steal data or to damage the reputation of these organizations. So these type of data includes sensitive data, personal information, health information, intellectual properties, government data, industry information systems, and so on. So that's where the most important part of it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mahmoud. Thank you. Yes, I agree with you all what you have said. Muhammad, again, the third pillar or the third component, which I know it is very important, beside if we establish the cybersecurity or our security infrastructure, and we brought the data, and we have the big data, how we can manipulate this data? We need something called data science. A data scientist who needs to manipulate, read, analyze this data, and provide us some information so we can get the prediction of the decision making. Yeah. So can you tell me in 2 to 3 minutes, explain data science and relate it to the big data, how they are related?
Mahmoud or Muhammad?
Muhammad.
Muhammad, okay. It's the same name. Okay, so let's go. Just a second. I want to turn the cam. Hello.
Yes. Spotlight
Yes.
him. Spotlight him. Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So let's go with the data science. What is the data sciences? If we are talking about big data, that's mean a really huge amount of data. Okay. And how to store them, how to put them, where to put them. And there is inside big data a specific field that's called data science. What is data science? Data science, it is a field of computer science that can predict things. It's all about prediction, all about relationship between data and all this cool stuff. For example, if we want to make a relationship between the people that stand in the front of the sign and the sign itself, here become the data scientist. He make relationships first. Second, he make prediction, exactly like what you said, in the future, what these customers want.
Okay, so basically what you are telling me, again, data science is the most important science to read your data and give you the predictions. I mean, this is an example, give you a prediction of what you need and recommend for you what you want to do with these data. So data science, for example, is creating algorithms, for example. These algorithms need to be done by the data scientists, bring the data, analyze them, and give the output for you as predictions or recommendations. Thank you very much. Mahmoud.
Yes, as simple output.
Yes, tell me. It's very important.
Output. Nothing complicated. If you very simplify it, you have your complex data here entering, and then there is a data scientist, and at the end there is simple information for everyone.
And this is how this is work. Now, there is something called AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah, Mahmoud Adraj. This artificial intelligence also, again, this is the third now component that's very important. Once you have the data, you create the infrastructure, you have the data, you have the scientists who will manipulate this data. Now you need a solution, a smart solution. Now, if cybersecurity, how cybersecurity is related to artificial intelligence and big data. I created a solution, an artificial solution, but how the cybersecurity will help me, and you relate it to this AI solution that is using the big data.
Excellent question. It has three terminologies: cybersecurity, AI, and big data. Now, as Muhammad explained, I mean, big data contains variety, and it has a great volume or increased volumes and velocity, let's say. Yeah, so big data is large, more complex data sets, especially from new data sources like social media and other sources of data, wearable devices, and so on. These data sets are difficult to be processed by the traditional data processing softwares. Here comes the, let's say, the AI. Okay, now the bulk of big data generated comes from, as I said, social media. There are machine data and transactional data, and these data comes in two different types: structured and non-structured. Now, structured data can be dealt with during traditional solutions. Unstructured data, this type of data doesn't have predefined data model that can be taken care of. Here, again, where AI comes, but unfortunately, the AI is very popular. Most of the, it's a buzzword, let's say, at the moment, unlike big data or the cloud or IoT. Now, lots of companies are looking to jump on the AI wagon, but they are not really offering an AI solutions. They are not meeting the AI test, let's say. So while they are using the technology to analyze data and the outcome, they result in driving a certain outcomes. That's not an AI. Pure AI is basically about reproducing the cognitive abilities to automate tasks. Now, I just want to come to the security part, but before that, we need to understand that there are differences between the data analytics and the AI systems. So the AI, when systems are getting smarter, with more data they analyze, they learn from experience, they become capable of autonomous as they go, basically. Where data analytics are, on the other hand, is a static process. So they examine large data sets to draw a conclusion about the information that they have. And there are softwares and systems that are available that takes care of that. So they are not self-learning, basically. Yeah. Now, AI has both negative and positive effects on cybersecurity. So the AI algorithms use training data to learn how to respond to different situations. They learn by copying and adding additional information as they go along. Now, the information collected through different sources helps in finding the security-related information so that the issues can be addressed properly.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mahmoud. So, you are telling me why AI is important. Just I will give you an example as well on top of what Mahmoud said. The normal security gathering of the threats or penetration, whatever, it will take, the virus will sit on your environment from 200 to 500 days and you will not know about it. But with AI, with cybersecurity and AI, it will be captured immediately. Think about it, do your homework, and you will know how important that you will use AI with cybersecurity. It's very, very important. Now, I will go with something very new. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you didn't hear about it, but myself and Muhammad, we did a session before on a place called Clubhouse. It's about quantum computing. I will not talk about it, I will not say anything. I will let Muhammad talk about it and tell you what is quantum computing and why it is horrible. Muhammad, don't scare the people, please, huh? Go ahead. Mike. The mic.
Oh, sorry. I don't like the word horrible, but let's go with it. So quantum computer, it is a really fast computer. It's like 1,000 times faster than the normal computer nowadays, or 100 times faster than the fastest computer nowadays. How they did it, how they will achieve it. Until now, we don't have any proof of really quantum computer, only the basics stuff. Okay, let's go with it. So let's start with the normal computer. The language of the normal computer is 0.
3 minutes, huh? You have 3 minutes.
Okay. The normal computer starts with 0 and 1, as simple as that. But with quantum computer, you will have all the infinite number between 0 and 1. Imagine it like a flip of a switch. Okay, let's go with, because we are here, let's go with the flip. Okay, this switch, as simple as that. If I flip it up, it will close. If I flip it down, it will open. As simple as that. But however, the quantum computer will have the between 0 and 1, between off and on, all the infinite number. That's why it's much faster than the normal computer. What it will do? It will break all your codes, all your encryptions, just like that, because it's very fast. Second thing, it will break Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all these other
blockchain.
stuff.
You mean the blockchain? Blockchain, because it's a very high secured environment.
Yes, the blockchain.
It can break it. Okay.
Yes, it can break it. Because it's really fast. This is how fast the quantum computer. Inshallah, they have it in the UAE. Inshallah, in Bahrain will have it very soon. Inshallah.
Azil, so you are threatening. You see, this is very dangerous. If we get into this is very dangerous. By the way, if the audience, they don't have any question, I will ask a question. If you have questions, then we have only 5 to 6 minutes. So if anyone has a question, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I have one final question for both of them. It's about digital transformation. Any of the audience want to ask any question?
Yes, let's go. Questions.
I will. This is Mr. Ahmed. This is where I'm here. Mohammed, thank you for coming and delivering this talk. Simple question. Why should I, as a normal day-to-day user, be caring about such big words as big data, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity? Because a lot of people, such as, I come from an IT background, but other people think, well, this doesn't affect me, right? So why should I be caring about this? Why should I learn about it?
Yes, if you let me, Ahmed, I can answer it. Or it's okay. You can go, man. Go ahead.
Ahmed, كيفكم?
Okay. It's a very good question. I think looking at it from a normal user perspective, we are talking here about you are already using it as a normal user. You are accessing the social media on a daily basis. You are sharing your information in Facebook and Instagram. You are sharing your photos. You are sharing your life basically in the social media. That's one part. The other part is with the wearable devices. Today you go and pay. In fact, starting from 2 days ago, we could pay with our iWatch, for example, in any POS machines. These information are very secured and critical. We are talking about cybersecurity. Imagine if this can be hacked, then you are a normal user. Will you know that you've been hacked? Will you know that your data has been stolen? Unless you've seen your bank account has changed to 0, for example. Or, I mean, it's in everyday's life, basically, to cut it short.
Mohammed, what about you, Mohammed?
Yellow background.
What about me? So exactly, I agree with you, Mahmoud. I think Mahmoud said it all. But let me add just one more thing. If Mahmoud said it from the day-to-day basis, day-to-day customer. And let me talk about if you have a business or you're working in the company, if you don't use data, if you don't use AI, if you don't use big data and all these really big stuff, I assure you it will be hard. It will be very, very, very hard for you for the next few years, because everybody's using data and everybody is a step in front of you if you are not using the data. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I cannot see anybody else raising hand. So you have 1 minute. Each one of you has 1 minute. Digital transformation is one of the most important plans nowadays. Yeah. And myself, I have been asked to perform training for digital transformation using Industry 4.0. Now, in 1 minute, tell me why we have to do this digital transformation using Industry 4.0 technologies. Our Sheikh Mahmoud, final 1 minute you have.
That question requires more than 1 minute. All right, I'll start from the basics. We've got Industry 1.0, where machines started, water power and steam, followed by Industry 2.0. I think this will benefit everyone. So Industry 2.0, where the mass production of or assembly lines and the electricity came into the picture. Then Industry 3.0 with computers, electronics, and automation and robots. Today, we've got the Industry 4.0 with cyber and physical systems. Now, why it's important? Because it's responsible for changing the industry. It's responsible for connecting the industry itself with each other. It is a process that will require a great personal, unified awareness of all the components of a company. So industrial manufacturing, for example, companies are using advanced technology, moving from mass production to custom production. And it's happening at an accelerating rate. I mean, it's happening now already.
Okay, good. So, Mohammed, in a nutshell, 1 minute, your answer.
Okay, so let's go. Industry 4.0 from my point, it's really important because it's the future, and even I think in the very near future we'll see even Industry 5.0.
Yes.
Where everything is really new. Okay. Thank you.
No, go ahead, Mohammed. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. So even Industry 5.0, I think from my point, we have to keep on the change. We have to keep on, because if we don't, we will be back, and we don't want to do that, and everybody will go ahead and we will lose. So we don't want that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mohammed. So, lovely session. I know it's 20 minutes is not enough, or 30 minutes is not enough to discuss such huge area or zone of technology. Industry 4.0 contains lots of technologies. It's AI, big data, cybersecurity are just few. We have Internet of Things, cloud computing, we have blockchain. Do your researches on blockchain. This is the future of transactions. This is the future of financial. This is the future of supply chain. So if you really want to know why these 5 companies is controlling the world, see what they are using. Mahmoud Al-Adraj, Muhammad Wa'allai, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Enriching us with all this information. Inshallah, in the future, we will host you again in some other TikToks program with Bahrain Distinguished Toastmaster Club. Thank you very much. Appreciate your being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mohammed, for seeing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mahmoud.
Yeah.
By that, now we will go for our next session, for our next program, which will be our table topic session. Mahmoud and Muhammad, don't go, because you will be asked some questions in this table topic, so they can catch you. Maybe they will catch you. Maybe I don't know. So it depends on the table topic master. Now we will be with our table topic master. Table topic master, DTM Muhammad Shureikh, our table topic master. Muhammad, he is a bachelor engineer, BSc engineering and postgraduate diploma in project management, senior engineer, project controls at Tatweer Petroleum. He's a Toastmaster since 2016, member of three clubs, SLC, BTT, and BET. Father of three, mashallah, 2 boys and a girl. I'm father of 3 boys and 1 girl, so I beat you on this. Living in Bahrain since 2004. Again, another guy who deserves Bahrain nationality. Highly involved in community works. His hobbies are sport and games, football, rugby, cricket, carom, and chess. Quote inspired. He's inspired by this quote, by the way. The best feeling of happiness is when you are happy because you have made someone else happy. Thank you very much. I love this. Let us welcome DTM Muhammad.
Thank you very much. That wonderful introduction, Toastmasters of the day. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guest. Most happy and wonderful evening. Good evening. Table topics. In Toastmaster meeting, splendiferous moment, because this is impromptu speeches. Without any preparation, you will speak, organize, and speak on your feet. Before starting, may I have the first volunteer from the floor? Please come forward. Later, you will regret. I missed this wonderful topic. Of course, with the theme. It's a little bit mixed with the discussion what we had. Hope it will be interesting. Please come forward, ladies and gentlemen. Who is the first table topic speaker? Even the guests who participate, I wholeheartedly welcome them to come forward. Anyone, please? Otherwise, I have to call. Sorry.
I will do it, Mr. Shureikh.
Okay. This is our DTM Ratindranath. So your topic, we just listened before the topic, so many AI, artificial intelligence, quantum computers, digital world, and security, everything. By hearing and going through all these, the topic I would like to give to you, advancement in technology threaten privacy, erode security, and fuel inequality. Do you agree? I repeat the topic. Advancement in technology threaten privacy, erode security, and fuel inequality. Do you agree? Over to you, our first table topic speaker.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, I don't agree. You know why? Because your first statement was to make people happy, right? You want to make people happy. That's your motto in life, right? And if you want to make people happy, you need to present them with ways to improve their lives, with ways to do some things good for their human beings who are their compatriots. So what is the way? How are we going to do it? With all these new technologies, what we, Mohammad and Mahmood have told us, the life is going to be better for all of us and for the future generation. Then why do you want to step back and don't learn these new technologies? Yes, there are a lot of pitfalls. Yes, there is going to be a lot of negatives coming along with this, but that's what life is about. Any challenges which we will come across, we will have to overcome them. And that is why experts like Mohammad and Mahmood are there. They will help us. And that's how we keep growing. That's how we will have a better life for us and for the newer generations who are coming by. I think, yes, we need to go along with these new technologies, and it will make us better human beings. Mr. Table Topics Master.
And thank you very much. Let's move to the second topic. May I have another volunteer from the floor? Please come forward.
I will take it, Mr. Toastmasters, Table Topic Master.
Well done, well done. Since it's IT background, I can go with little interesting one. We just talk about again and again, the world is changing towards digital world. The topic I would like to give to you, digital currencies, Fed or future? Will it be trend or it is the future? Again, the topic is digital currencies, Fed or future? Over to you, DTM Khalid Jalal.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and our guest, and our IT specialist as a guest as well, very good evening to you. If you go back to the ancient days, people had no money, there was no currency, but they used to exchange something for something else. And with that, they came up with some sort of a currency, and they were using it as a currency and for the trade. Till someone started disturbing right now. And then in the world, the normal currency came, which we are using like lira, the dollar, and whatever. Things are changing all the time. And then there was a time when we start hearing about not digital currency as digital currency, but we start hearing about Bitcoin. People also worried what Bitcoin is, will I lose my money or will I get more money? People are still looking and investing to Bitcoin. And with that, the terminology came, the digital currency, and a lot of digital currency is available in the market. Today, if you look at most of us, if not all of us, may not be carrying a lot of cash in our pocket. We use plastic cards, it's a plastic money. Going future, if you look at all the big companies, multimillionaires, they're all investing on the digital currency, especially the Bitcoins. Take it Tesla, Microsoft, Bill Gates himself has said the future is Bitcoins. So looking at all those possibilities and all those, the forecasts which you've seen in your life, yes, digital currency is the future. And not only that, most of us, I'm sure, has already invested in digital currency. One way or the other, we may be loser or winner, but we have attempted already. So yes, future is digital currency. And back to you, Table Talk Master.
And again, thank you very much for enlightening this table topic session. One more, I believe the last, because we don't have enough time. The last table topic speaker, please come forward. Don't miss the opportunity.
So, to table topic master, we saw the guest Toastmaster Ahmad Shukri raise his hand. Previous question.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice, sir. I'm really sorry. Shall I call our guest, DTM Ahmad Shukri? The topic, what we laid in our flyer. Technology, like art, is a soaring exercise of the human imagination. Do you agree? I'll repeat the topic. Technology, like art, is a soaring exercise of the human imagination. Do you agree? Over to you, our third topic speaker, DTM Ahmed Shukri.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Good evening. And I am not sure if this topic was selected by chance or coincidence, but only a couple of days ago, the anniversary of the death of the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, was celebrated or commemorated on Apple's official website. Along with the beautiful collections of his milestones of a fantastic journey that brought whole humanity, not only wonderful devices, but also a deeper sense of beauty and appreciation for the finer details of these amazing communication devices. Along with that beautiful tribute to a wonderful visionary was a short statement from Steve Jobs' wife and other family members. I recall that the best part of that statement was the last part of the statement, that although we are missing Steve in body, we always remember him in spirit. We remember him with every piece of beauty we appreciate. We remember him in every prolonged gaze at a beautiful aesthetic part of our life, whether it was painting, whether it was a beautiful landscape, whether it was a shining face of our loved ones. In beauty, Steve Jobs lives. So to answer your question, Mr. Table Topic Master, I fully agree that there is a beautiful link between appreciation of beauty and the rise of technology. In fact, there is a very close link between both of them. The appreciation of modern technology is the appreciation of the beautiful journey of all mankind. And for that, we are forever appreciated. Thank you very much, and back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much. Splendid. As I said, splendid first moment of this Toastmasters meeting, table topics always. Before wind up, I would like to call our table topic evaluator, none other than our president, DTM Sham Jeffrey. Please put your hands and welcome our table topics evaluator to give how better and where we did best the speakers, topic speakers, and how better we can do the table topic sessions. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Master. We had three splendiferous speakers vying for the honors with regard to the table topics. And our first speaker is our veteran speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Ratinder Nath. And I like his first three words, I don't agree. Because as we know, many people agree with the topic, but he immediately came and said no. And what I really enjoyed was he kept that vein of disagreeing right throughout, but he kept his tone positive. He said, the main thing with humankind is you want to make people happy. And if technology can do that, why on earth not? Now, that was a very powerful statement. And everything he said after that was connected to that one statement. What is the way? How is the way? And he continued along that way. Something else that I really, really liked about this is we keep saying that table topics is speaking without preparation. But I would contend that table topics is the training to speak or the training to remember that you can be called upon to speak at any time. And DTM Ratindra exemplified this with one very simple thing. He said, as spoken by Muhammad and Mahmoud, those were the two presenters. I had forgotten by that time, but he remembered. And that is the skill of active listening that 3 decades in Toastmasters has given him. I like the fact that DTM Ratinder used a very nice anaphora. Yes, there are pitfalls. Yes, there are negatives. Yes, there are problems. But that's the way we improve. And that was music to my ears. Yes, 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 but. One point to add would be that DTM Ratinder boasts something that none of us have, 3 decades in this movement. If you could have used something from that experience and said, in my experience, this is something happened in the older program, but now there is pathways, and this is how I wish to improve. That would have been a nice addition. Thank you, DTM Ratindra. Which brings us to our second table topics commentator, DTM Khalid Jalal. I like the fact that he immediately started off by going back in history. The topic spoke about technology, but he said in the olden days. And it took us back to something that says, we have learned in the past, and we have had exchanges, we have had currency in the past. It's nothing really new when we come to the future. And then he went on to a very specific point, the first point where we spoke about cryptocurrency. And he spoke about Bitcoin. He built his argument bit by bit, story by story, saying it was new. Initially, it was currency. Now it's investment, and now it's become the future. And I like the way that he built up that momentum, leading on to the crowning moment where he used this triad, Tesla, Microsoft, Bill Gates, known to all of us, words that are trending, and these are inarguable arguments. And I like the fact that he ended his comment by very quickly and succinctly summarizing and reiterating his argument, saying, I agree that cryptocurrency is the currency of the future. Just one thing to improve, there was one sentence, and the sentence went a little bit like this: something for something else, then some currency, then whatever. So the something, something, whatever, the lack of specificity there reduces that volume or that aura of the authority. So if you say, if you replace that something and something, then something else, and then whatever, with whatever is in your mind, that would give that table topics commentary that aura of authority. The final speaker is someone I can listen to for any amount of time. And if I am to describe him in one word, it would be purposeful, because every word that comes out of this gentleman's mouth is with 10 minutes of thought, one word will come through. And he started off. Now we have heard about situational humor, but there's also situational story. And imagine the preparation where he said, just 2 days ago on the anniversary of the death of Steve Jobs on Apple's website. Now with that one sentence, that hooked me to saying, this man knows what he's talking about. What he's going to say is valuable to me, because specific to the point, what happened, when did it happen, whom did it happen to, where did I see, that specifics for you. They went on to say, in this speech, the best part was the last part. And then he said, he used this beautiful anaphora. We remember. And then finally he said, in beauty, Steve Jobs lives. It's very rare that a speaker can bring efficiency of purpose, eloquence of words, and then touch the minds of the audience. He ended off by saying, I fully agree. And then his final concluding words was, in modern technology, we celebrate the achievements of mankind. That's eloquence. That's answering the topic in 1 to 2 minutes. It was a pleasure listening to all three table topic commentators. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for the splendid evaluation. Thank you so much. And not only the evaluator, but also the speakers, table topic speakers, moderators who came forward and enlightened. With that, I would like to hand over back the floor to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Splendorous table topic session, splendid speakers, and I really loved every piece of what has been delivered. Thank you very much. Now, any further delays, we will go for the evaluation session actually, and we will start as we have, as you know, we have three types of evaluation: for objectives, for the content, and for the delivery. And the first one, we will go for DTM Jahangir Khan's speech. Will be the evaluator of the objectives, DTM Roshan Lois. DTM Roshan Lois is a passionate Toastmaster, completed DTM in 1,000 days. Number of 6. Do we need 1,000 days? member of 6 clubs, coach of KMCC Bahrain and Innovators Club Kuwait, consultant of brand management, marketing and sales professional, new business development and leadership development. And I always remember DTM Roshan because my first prize and certificate was awarded to me by him. Thank you very much. Mike is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Master of the Ceremony, for this wonderful introduction. I think you are very active in LinkedIn. You're taking all introductions from LinkedIn. Thank you very much. And coming to my pleasure to evaluate the objective of our first speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan. The project from Dynamic Leadership Level 3, Project 3, it's elective project. The main purpose of this project was member to practice the skill needed to present himself or herself well in an interview. That's a main objective. Fellow Toastmasters and our speaker and also the role player along with the speaker. What a wonderful delivery of this project in terms of objective guidelines. So apart from main objective, there are 3 important objectives in this project. 1, create an interviewer as a core role player in your session. Number 2, give a series of questions to the core role player as an interviewer. And 3rd, present this into an interview where both will blend together and complete this session. That is the major objectives of this session. Now let me ask you, is this object? Yes. The presenter met all these 3 objectives. And 5 to 7 minutes, bringing an interview is not easy. And he did exactly. Most important, one more objective is do this activity within time limits of 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And time objective is met. Excellent. 7 minutes, 24 seconds. So from my side, I'm 100% sure and assure every participant in this room, this presenter today, the speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan, beautifully met all the objectives of this pathways project. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan. Maybe one suggestion, when we conduct interviews, we always little, make that more exciting. There was some questionnaire list for an interviewer. I don't know whether you're given to interviewer. Set of challenging, easy, and most challenging questions in the resource of this project. Maybe if you have gone through, maybe some of the interesting questions might have added here. So there is a one clause says interviewer can pick his or her own question and to check how effectively you're prepared for the interview. That would have been made this activity more appealing and more interactive and more interesting for the audience. In summation, excellent implementation of project objectives. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, DTM Roshan, for the valuable feedback. And now we will go for the content evaluation. And it will be done by our lovely DTM Ratender. I don't have anything to say about DTM Ratender. When I listen to him, I'm thinking that listening to a guru or to a master of evaluation and speeches. So mic is yours, DTM Ratender. I'm inspired with your speeches and with your talks.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and my good friend DTM Jahangir. I have known DTM Jahangir from the days when he started with Toastmastering in our Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. And I've seen him grow, and I'm really, really very proud of the way he has grown up. Having said that, the way he has put together this interviewee and interviewer presentation is simply put wonderful. I was expecting some pitfalls there and some mishaps, but I couldn't catch any of them. They seem to have practiced. These two folks, the Toastmasters, have practiced it and put it up in this program today in such a way that it was very seamless and very smooth. It was like somebody who has been doing this kind of interviewer and interviewee programs from a very long time. Very lovely, very well done, and good information has been put together, and all the good information has been brought out by DTM Jahangir at the prompting of the interviewer. Especially what I liked was the brief introduction the interviewer gave of the interviewee. Perfect. Very well done. Not more, not less, just enough for the audience to understand is he's coming from a person who has been there, who has done that, and is giving you some benefits of his experience. Perfect. And as far as the interviewee, very well done. He talked to us and told us what is the potential present? Why is this skill needed? Empowering new leaders. And then went on to ask us, saying how these people had doubts, and which we all had also at one certain point of time during our progress in the Toastmasters. And what was the potential he saw in these people, and how he took that and developed them into a better Toastmaster and a better leader and a better listener. This is what he has put together and brought forward to us. It was excellent. And at the end, he says the reactions of the people and what were the reactions and how he cleared their doubts. What if those were the gems in his presentation? Mr. Master of Ceremonies.
What a splendorous evaluation for a splendid speaker. I really love the way that you evaluate the speech or the contents. Thank you very much, DTM Ratinder. And now we will go for the delivery evaluation, which will be done by our District 20 Club Growth Director. I know I shouldn't say this, but I'll say it. Senior Group ICT Manager at Garco. Excellent moderator and speaker, and he is by experience. Great mentor and coach. He's dear to my heart. Top skills and technologies, devoted friend, devoted family person, love to help others without waiting for any reward. Let us please welcome our CGD DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you very much. So one small request before the timer starts the time. When I'm in this meeting, please call me the club member or the VPM, because I'm not the CGD when I'm in this meeting, because it's my own club. Now I'll go towards the evaluation. Distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan, I don't see something in you, because I see every talent in you when it comes to this project you have delivered today, prepare for an interview. I found your level of enthusiasm was very high. I think that reason is because you know what you're doing in your role and you're enjoying your role when you're performing it. And that was very much evident when you are giving the answer to the questions. Throughout the meeting, you kept the smile on your face as always, the handsome smile. And that shows very positive attraction and attitude when someone is listening to you as an audience. And the more people see an interviewee being smiling, happy, and know the subject, the more the audience will love to listen more and more. And that was exactly I was listening to you. What more are you going to tell us? And you didn't only talk about yourself. You talked about the members of the District 20. And you told them, you mentioned in your response to the question that there's a lot of talent available in our members. It's just we need to approach them and tell them to come and tell us that what they can do and how we can help them. And you also gave examples of where they can go. You also mentioned the example of our respective club that they can come here. And you shown yourself as a role model to the others that if you can learn, others can learn. In an interview, the most important thing is the look of the person. And you came very well prepared with properly and officially suited and with a tie and suit and all. So we all know that it's an official interview, it's an official meeting you are here for. What could have made your appearance more attractive in my view is slightly if you have moved the camera lower, but then you could have seen your hand gestures. I found that you were trying to use your hands to express some things, but because your hand movements were partially visible due to the camera position, we could not enjoy those gestures. We're enjoying your face, your smile, but unfortunately we miss the hand gesture, which are also very important. Overall, you are very much ready for the interview. You plan everything very much in advance. You encourage everyone in your interview. That shows how positive you are for the others. And your smile made the appearance and the interview more attractive. Keep that smile always on your face. Just camera position, and that will make your next event more attractive. I wish you all the best, and back to you, John Evaluator.
Thank you very much, DTM Khalid. As I said, another splendid evaluation by our DTM, Khalid Jalal. Now we'll go with our second lovely speaker, Toastmaster Nagendra, and with his first evaluator, objectives evaluation by DTM Rotterdam. Please, mic is yours.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and our speaker, second speaker, Toastmaster DTM Nagendra. DTM Nagendra's project here was to reflect on the path which he has or is going to be completing with today's speech. He had taken a path which he has selected, and it was, I believe, on what was that? It was on innovative planning. That's what I understood. He organized his speech in such a very good manner. He brought his crowd during the conception of the entire path. And the best thing which I liked about it was the way he started that September evening, that talent show, the singing talent, the younger younger Nagendra, how he felt shy, how he could not come forward onto the stage. That is what triggered his entry into the Toastmasters. And when we entered in the 1990s, when he first took up his job, he found what was lacking in him, although he had all the material in him to give a presentation. That prompted him to join Toastmasters and become a pathways guide and metamorphosed him from caterpillar to a butterfly. That was his level 1. Then he went step by step to level 2, level 3, level 4, and each completion of level, what he gained from that. Like, for example, he told us, level 2, I learned leadership skills by mentoring. Level 3, I increased my knowledge, added to my knowledge. Level 4, I started going outside of Toastmasters and giving speeches and presentation. And level 5, the demo of the expertise, the projects which he did outside Toastmasters. All very well put together and organized into a nice speech, summarizing the skills he has learned in this path. This is what he wanted to do. But at the same time, I would like to give him a small suggestion. His objectives were met, but the objectives, there is one more objective. He was either to give a humorous or an informational speech. If you are giving a humorous speech, you will try to get a few laughs. But if you are giving an informational speech, you don't want to put to sleep the people who are listening to you. So you change a little in your voice. That should also be one of your objectives. And other than that, all the other things were perfect. He went according to the book and did his reflection of his pathway completion. Mr. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Nityam Ratinder. I'll go directly to the content evaluation by DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you very much. If I have to evaluate the content, I would like to see the following. Is a scene set? Is a body there? Is any message for the audience and the experience he has shared? I'm talking about all this. Toastmaster Nagendra Sitaram. I would say from your speech, I like the way you started with your real life example of your September 1970s evening, where you were so shy, but at the same time, you were so lucky that you were called on the stage to come and sing, which you wanted, but you couldn't go for the same reason why we're all in Toastmaster, because you're shy, you were afraid to face a large audience. And you missed that opportunity. And then you told us, how do you join Toastmaster? Your work supervisor, he advised you with the 70-30 formula that 70% is the communication, 30% is your technical skills. And based on the advice, you joined Toastmaster to improve yourself. And I really see the way you told us how did you improve yourself with the respective path, innovation planning. From the experience, Toastmaster Nagendra, you demonstrated how did you follow the path and made it really innovating in terms of improving yourself, improving your innovation at your work and the skills you have learned from this particular skills. And you gave a few examples. And you mentioned whatever you learned in the path, whatever experience you have seen, whatever guidelines are available, you actually experimented them at various occasions. For example, you have used all the techniques you learned in your 150th meeting, and you use the skills at various contests as a moderator because all the contests were virtual. And the more examples you shared after those. And you also mentioned why icebreaker needs to be different every time when you talked about icebreaker example in this particular path. And that is very much true because every year we learn something from one path to other path. A lot of things happen in our life and it changes our concept of view and experience we have gone through, which we need to share in our icebreaker. People should know about it. That's a message you also pass to all of us. And you share your experience when you broke the status quo. And that's very important to do in Toastmasters. Break the status quo with the innovation you have brought up, that you did not opt the PowerPoint presentation when it was a research and presenting, but you went ahead and you gave a verbal speech and convinced the audience that research can be presented without the PowerPoint slides. Although you used a lot of PowerPoint slides as if it was a classroom and you're presenting your slides, using the innovation in this project and which we all evident in this meeting. Taking the main message from you, I would say, listen to all, but try to do something by your own, because that's where the innovation lies, and that's how you improve yourself. Overall, Toastmaster Nagendra, you have great gestures, very well organized speech, voice modulation was very good. You have a lot of humor as well, and a lot of enthusiasm. And I wish you all the best. And back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Khaled. But before we go for the next evaluator, we already passed the time. It's by 9:32 now. Anyone will propose to extend by 10 to 15 minutes before we proceed?
Master of Ceremonies, I propose that we can raise a privilege motion to increase our time to 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Dityan Kharam. Who seconded by anyone?
I second that.
Thank you very much, Dityan Kharam. Now, thank you very much. Now we'll go with our third evaluator, delivery evaluator, Dityan Roshan. Mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Good evening once again. It's my privilege to evaluate a splendiferous speech or splendiferous achievement of a path completion by a splendiferous speaker on this splendiferous evening. For Toastmasters, it's my privilege. Our speaker, Toastmaster Nagendra, as a delivery, I would love to dissect your speech into these 5 techniques: gestures, language, organization, voice, emotion, and energy. So let me start. I'm very splendiferous today after listening to your speech. So first thing is gestures. Where the speaker's body movements and facial expressions were appropriate. Yes, from the word go, you give a beautiful smile. That's a curve which connects audience and a speaker. And you asked, am I audible? Am I visible? And you know, that innocent smile which connected us. It made us to feel you're very comfortable with this wonderful audience. Did the speaker make eye contact with the audience? Yes, it's digital. I could see your eye contact straight into this small box where you connected with everybody. How well did speaker make use of this floor space, speaking area? Yes, you used it very well. I see some of your positionings between the characters and between the contents. But my suggestion here, I saw somewhere your hand gestures were moving outside the speaking area. You could have positioned a little back. Normally you do it. You're technically very good. I have seen your various speeches. Maybe that would have been better. Your gestures were cutting from the screen, from our visibility. And second, let me move on to organization, where the transition between introduction, body, conclusion, clear and effective. Yes, well effective, Toastmaster Nagendra, well done. You started with way back September, and you talked about your singing in your area. Then you came to a Toastmasters, how you wanted to enter Toastmasters. Then you came into that Toastmaster pathway. Then you also helped to understand how this pathway made you to be more successful communicator and leadership. And you also explained the various roles you have taken during this path journey that motivated us, and that also created a lot of connectivity with your speech. Was the purpose of the speech clear? Yes. From the word go, you are very clear. You wanted to share your experience, the path of pride, what you've done during this entire path, and you did it. Was the structure very clear and easy to follow? Yes, we were very easy, and I was very engrossed in your because I'm very much fascinated with pathways, so it would connect me very easily on your delivery. Coming to voice, could everyone in the audience hear the speaker? Yes, your audibility was clear. Was the vocal variety change in rate, volume, and pitch? Yes, it was there. Bass, pause, and pitch. My suggestion here only on pitch, maybe some of the voice modulation would have connected more, because you're speaking 7 to 12 minutes. You exactly spoke 12 minutes, 12 seconds. So I feel your voice modulation, the high and lower tones could have connected us more. Coming to enthusiasm, emotion, energy, where there, Toastmaster Nagendra. Did the speaker show you? Yes, in the topic, you selected the title, everything. And did the speaker harness any nervous? You're very friendly, very affectionate, and very easy. And did the speaker project or evoke appropriate emotion? Yes, you evoke that emotion of everybody should do these pathways. Thank you very much for presenting this splendiferous pride of path today evening. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, DTM, Roshan, thank you very much. Now we will go with our timer and language evaluator. First of all, I would like to call DTM Faram to provide his report about the timing.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. I'm assuming now that you all can hear me and see me. Timing today overall was well within time, except for, and I'll come to just that part, DTM Jahangir's speech, as I've been writing in the group as well, was 7 minutes, 24 seconds. Toastmaster Naga took 12 minutes and 12 seconds. DTM Rathinder table topic session, DTM Rathinder took 1 minute, 41 seconds. DTM Khalid Jalal, 1 minute, 48 seconds. DTM Ahmed Shakri took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. For the evaluation of our first speaker, DTM Jahangir, the evaluator's time was as follows. DTM Roshan took 3 minutes and 6 seconds. DTM Rathinder took 3 minutes and 18 seconds. DTM Khalid took 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Now for Toastmaster Naga, all the evaluators are disqualified because DTM Roshan took 4 minutes. DTM Rathinder took 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and DTM Khalid took 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I feel like they all had a pact among themselves to, we're going to qualify for one and disqualify for the other. But overall, the timings of the meeting were well within time. We only lost our time a little bit right when the table topic session had hit in because the panel evaluation ran over by a couple of minutes, and then we just had a roll-on effect. But overall, we have been within time. I would just request future evaluators to please keep the timings in mind. 2 to 3 minutes is the practice, and that should be the goal. Brilliant. Back to you, our MC of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you, DTM Faram. And now we'll go with our lovely language evaluator. Please, your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Once again, good evening, everyone. I will try to make it as short as I can because we are over time. I have noticed the triads like sharing life, sharing photos, sharing information, then future of finance, future of supply, supply of change. Then there were vivid words like time and tide, money is worthless. Few repetitive words were there like very, very, very hard, two-way road, two-way street. Plastic money, plastic cards. What happened, when happened, whom happened. Descriptive words were like no looking back, artificial talent, flip it up. I noticed 2 idioms also like butterflies in your stomach, fraction of the cost. And word of the day was unfortunately used by not many people. It was used by the TMOD for many times, I will say. I appreciate that. And it was also DTM Shurek who has used the word of the day once. As far as the language in all was concerned, I'll say that it was all in balance. And that's it. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Very much. Language evaluator. Yes, I used it too much because I love the word. That's why, I was using it too much. Thank you very much. And with that, but before I give the control to our president, I would like to request each member over here to go to the chat forms, the audience feedback about the meeting, please. Thank you very much. And with that, I would like to thank everyone. The president have 4 minutes to conclude and close. Thank you very much. And back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Modi. Big hand for our Toastmaster of the Day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me circulate we have just received the feedback form, and if you would kindly fill out the feedback form, Let me allow the Sergeant at Arms to also circulate the voting links. Madam Sushma, if you would share the voting links. Thank you, Mr. T. Modi. That was truly an educational, entertaining, and eventful meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. Thank you, Madam. We have the voting links. Let us vote it quickly.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes, it is visible. There we go. Let me ask a question. What is the date of our next meeting?
Still, we are not finished with this meeting. Don't
It will be on the 13th of November.
30.
So we will keep asking this question until we get the answer right. So we meet on the second Saturday of every month. Our next meeting will be on the 13th of November. And I do thank you. Good things come in small packages. So although we are few in number, we have maintained a very high quality of meeting. And I personally thank each and every one of you for bringing your A game every single time. Right from the agendas to the speakers, to the uniqueness of the speeches, the evaluations, the virtual background, the buzz that is being created, BDP is really living up to what we are brought together to do. So do we have the results, Madam Sushma?
Yes, we do have the results. I'll end the poll. Okay.
Sure.
Shall I share the result here or I'll send the certificate?
We can share the certificate.
Okay.
Share screen.
Just give me some time.
Sure, thing.
While that's happening, Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. VP, please go ahead.
I would just like to remind that as per the discussion with our discussion with the XCOM meeting last time as well, there is a good chance that our next meeting might be physical, although that is a decision that we need to make more progress on, but we will inform the club of the decision and take the consent and everything on that as well. But I just wanted to give a heads up. The location and all the other relevant details are yet to be finalized, but we will of course let the club know. That's all.
Okay, DTM Karam. I also do have good news. On the 25th of November, we have confirmation that we will have another very special program organized by BDT. We have the great good opportunity to play host to the World Champion of Public Speaking, DTM Verity Prize, as well as the person who inspired her to take part in the World Championship of Public Speaking, the 2012 semi-finalist, her sister, Toastmaster K. Price Lindsay as well. So we will have a 2-for-1 on the 25th of November, a panel discussion and a keynote speech by the world champion and her inspiration as well. So another one-off event, the long line of events that has been organized by BDT over not one, but the last 2 years. So we look forward to meeting you twice, once on the 13th of November and again on the 25th of November as well. It's nice to see so many people taking roles. DTM Jahangir, thank you. I really enjoyed your speech. DTM Shurek, nice stable topics. DTM Khalid, you do look stressed. Thank you for making it. DTM Roshan, seeing you.
We'll also take the group picture while that's happening. I think we
Yes.
kind of missed out on that earlier. All right, so everybody. I can see DTM Jahangir readying himself. Right? Should be there soon. All right. Naga, are you with us? Once, twice.
Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, I am.
It's still in the office, I think.
Yeah, I just left. I'm in the car now.
All right, that's okay. We'll just take the picture now.
Nada, we can make your car also famous if you can turn on the camera.
Everybody will take one more.
It's on path of pride.
1, 2. Except Sushma, because she's busy. Everybody came in pictures. All done by me.
We should think about live streaming the meeting, I guess.
President, may I propose that if the results are taking a bit of time, we can just share them in the group?
Okay, now I'll
Yes.
share the screen. Where is my screen? Here. Is it visible?
Yes, it is. Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
It's in sharing mode.
What?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay. So best speaker.
And the best speaker today, maybe we can start with the best table topics commentator, the first certificate right at the beginning, but the surprise has already gone up. It's okay.
So let's start from where it is now.
Okay. So the best speaker for today, none other than Toastmaster Nagendra Sitaram. Well done, Toastmaster Nagendra.
Go Naga, woo!
Okay,
And
now
next.
Thank you. Thank you.
The best table topic speaker, our guest, distinguished Toastmaster TTM Ahmad Shukri.
Woohoo! Somebody needs to send it to him. Woohoo!
And that leaves us with the best evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Roshan Lewis.
Go Roshan.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings us to a close of meeting number 13. Meeting number 13 is hereby adjourned.
Thank you.
Mr. K. Modi, nicely done. Thank you for that wonderful panel evaluation. Mr. VP,
Thank you very much.
for an amazing program. Look forward to the 13th.
Today, no mistake by Sergeant at Arms.
Well done, Sergeant.
Sergeant did very, very well.
Let's stop the recording.
Stop.